another race. Drove like 3 hours to get here. Did awesome last night. We did have to get up early this morning. I had a huge crack in the exhaust manifold, so got that torn off, bumper welded up for me, which was cool. And then I had a little issue yesterday, as you'll probably see in the video, where the truck kind of like wants to take an immediate turn at maybe like 100 feet out or something. So what had happened was my catch can that I had before, my very professional gallon jug catch can, it was about half full, and on that pass it pushed some water and it must have overfilled it. And as soon as it did, it gets down in the bed and it just like runs right to a place where you don't want it, which is right on my tire. So for this weekend, reinvented my catch can a little bit, and we got it basically routed back to a nice little sprayer jug I got. So I have 2.5 gallons of capacity, which is, I don't know what this thing even holds total, probably 3, so we could push most of the water out of this and still survive. So that's just kind of the goal. I couldn't fix it for this weekend. I'm gonna pull it apart this week and try to find out why we're pushing water like we are, but until then, we're just gonna keep dumping it in there and then putting it right back in there with this. And yeah, it's really good out there. Like, this is probably the best surface we've been on all year, really. I mean, it's better than Milan up there. It looks better than obviously Muncie is. So first round's going to be interesting. We're kind of thinking we need to shoot high, but a lot of it depends on where you're at in the lineup a little bit first early. You can't get too aggressive, but if you're at the end of the group, put a little more sauce to her. So, and a little bit on who you race. I mean, you don't want to go out there and try to set a record if you have someone you feel you really, really have covered. So it's kind of going to wait till chip draws to kind of tune up with throwing this bad boy. But we got the whole crew here. Whole crew's here. Schoolboy's even hanging with. He's got a secret. He doesn't take it out of the trailer. It's very grudge stuff over there. You're not allowed to look at it, really. I'm surprised he didn't have the back door shut. But, you know, then Bumper's here with all his winnings. Catfish Billy's doing great. Made fast passes, Dylan. And Mike's racing with us today, so we basically can't go wrong. There's, I think when I went up there and signed up, we had 20 cars maybe in a small tire. I bet we get 5 to 10 more pretty easy. We normally have a really good turnout, even though it's a little bit chilly out. But yeah, that dude right there on the left, I'm pretty sure he's on a watch list. So if you see him creeping around, dude, you watch out for that guy. He's one of them special Ford people.
Thanks everybody for coming out to the last rewind of the year. I think there's 31 cars in small tire. So that should be a pretty good class.
Left number 4. We didn't draw each other. Yeah, we got Allen's left still.
Allen's one right.
Ain't nobody wants to draw a schoolboy out here. So.
What? You got the bye?
Yeah, first round bye. Dude. It's my lucky weekend.
Whoa, you lucky son of a gun. Good.
So round one time, we by some miracle, because there's like 5 of us or so, and there's 31 cars, we did not draw each other. We all stayed away from each other for the first round. So, you know, Travis's second pair, it's going to be a fun one. It's cool out. This surface looks good, but sometimes it can really be tricky on what you think it'll do and what it does. So he's second, I'm 4th pair, Sean's 11, Dylan's 10, and
Allen got the bye.
Lucky Allen got the bye, so you know we needed that on his. We made some changes to the boost controller.
We got the new dome sensor in there.
Yep, new dome sensor for the boost controller, so we make a little more boosties. But yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know that any of us got easy draws, that's for sure. So we can put something there that's safe. I think it's gonna go down, and if it does, hopefully I'll be in front, and we'll all go on a second round and stay away from each other again. faster than I thought it would with that tune-up. He jumped. He was really like wanting to get on it. That car he beat Patrick. He went some rounds last week or so at War in the Woods. It's a fast car and he's a good racer. And his went A to B. He just jumped. Otherwise, it probably would have been a pretty close race. I think maybe I caught him. It was about a car, maybe a car back and right at his bumper. So it's a good race. Let's get all the other guys to keep on going. Yeah, I was worried for a minute. He slingshot out of that bitch. Damn. All right, bumper caught mile an hour, and he kind of got loose on the other side. So, woo. Fixing my steering that I screwed up this morning when changing, taking that manifold off for a bumper to weld up for me. I put it back in, and there was a line in there. Like, I already put a line there at one point to make sure it was lined up, and I just didn't pay attention to it. So I took it for a ride to go up to the lane today. Like, this was straight, and that's a problem. So just went ahead and fixed that up so that my straight is straight again. And then it's really good out there. So I went ahead and added my weight from the last video. If you've seen the little weight bar additional video, added that on the front, and now it's time to like start getting aggressive with it. Our Milan tune-ups come into play like big time today. I really think it's better than Milan. We'll kind of find out next round, but I got Alan. Poor Alan has to draw me. I think he's drawn me like 3 times this year. So we've turned his up more, and I'm putting a lot in mine. And it's like we're both swinging for the fences, and if whoever takes it, it's going to be a good race. So at least we were the only pair that had each other this round. So, you know, we're going to be down to, this is what, 15-ish cars. We'll be down to 8 after that. If we can all, we'd have 3 or 4 of us still in. If we can stay away from each other a couple more rounds, we'll all be going to the final 4. didn't end today how we wanted it to end. Sitting down here in the shutdown area. I raced Alan. Alan made a hell of a good pass. I was on an awesome pass. The thing was, it wheelied probably for 100 feet. It was rolling good, and it kind of came down, bounced me around a little bit, and then it just started making a bunch of weird noises. Didn't know what that was, so got out of it. Alan drove by me, got the win, and then it was like surging. So shut it off. The shutdown here at 42. You go past, like if you're slow like me with no chute, you have to like drive past the turnoff like right there and drive down there. So shut it off, went to start it back up, and it's idling like 3,000 RPM, and here's why. Don't know if we can tell, there's a big crack right there. Not sure what the heck this place and me blowing intakes apart. I did that earlier this year here. Last year, I think the first time we came here, I blew the intake tube off the car, off the front, off the thing. I don't understand why me and intakes aren't getting along here with Boost, but you know, it's just how it goes. The good news is Sean went crazy fast. He's on the next round. Travis, crazy fast on the next round. Dylan, the fastest he's ever been in the truck, onto the next round. And Alan made a hell of a good pass. So they're all onto the next round. So I'm the only one that bit the dust. They're all doing good. So, you know, we're going to get this thing. We're going to get some duct tape so I can drive it back to there. We'll get it duct taped up by the trailer, and then we're going to help get everybody else going and try to see if we can take this money home today again. Well, we did it again. I don't know what it is about 42 and blowing my intake to pieces, but we're 2 for 2. So our old friend Mr. Duct Tape had to come out and duct tape it up. It was riding hard. Like, I feel like it wheelied forever. I don't know how long it was, but it felt for like a long time. And then when it came down, it was rolling, and it just started like I was like, shit, like it was gonna blow up or something. And then when I let out of it, it was surging real bad. I'm like, oh man, this ain't good. And then, so I stopped down the shutdown so we could spin it back around and start it up, and it's idling like 3,000, just so like look out, intake's blown to pieces. Pull the back again? Yep. We're gonna have to reinforce it. Yeah. Some bitch. Why here? Every time here. It did it in the middle of the wheelie. It's like, boop. See ya. So, well, I'm gonna cheer everybody else on. Unfortunately, Alan, who made a great pass, I think his brakes are not working right, and he's got a little bit of oil. His belt came off, so I think he's gonna play safe and call it a night. So he squeaked around me and ran a damn good time. So, but he's out. So we got Travis and Sean's all we got left, because Dylan made a great pass. But man, those guys down there are flying. Holy shit! This track's really fast tonight. Basically radio prep.
Brakes aren't working. That scares me because of what I ran and the mile an hour that I ran it at. That should have been a 10 mile an hour more, and that had everything gone well in that pass, it should have been another 5-10 mile an hour. I would have stopped that much shorter. I would have been in the gravel at that point.
Yeah.
And so if I make the pass that I know this thing's capable of making tonight, I'm 135, 140, and I can't stop. My foot was all the way to the floor, and the chute was out, nothing. I mean, not even like, it felt like I was just babying the brakes. The guys are staring at me as I'm flying through the cones. They were like watching.
Is it full of fluid and stuff?
Well, all good questions. Those are really my only issues.
Look, bud.
Oh, yep.
There it is. fixed.
Yep, there you go.
There's your problem.
You got no boost.
You got no pressure, bud.
I ain't got no pressure.
Oh.
Zip tire clamp or something. Gonna blow it off again.
Yep. Well, he's on a brake line that needs to be bled or something stupid or anything.
Yeah, right. Well, he didn't have no brakes. Pushing on, bitch.
How far did he go? Did he go on the gravel?
No, but he's gonna get close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Race.
He said my headlight.
Oh, damn.
That's the next frame.
Yeah.
Oh, he got me. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Hell yeah.
Good race, bro.
Hey, you too, man.
Yep.
Our racing in Alaska is over for today. We're gonna head back to Indiana where it's hopefully warmer than 39 degrees or some shit. But Schoolboy kicked ass. He went all the way to the end. He had some stator issues and it still didn't matter. I mean, they did a good job tuning the car to get around the problem they had, and that was badass. He did really good, and I'm sure we're gonna see him at the next place. We're off to Thornhill. I guess probably by the time this thing comes out it won't matter, but yeah, we're off Thornhill next week. A lot of this data is gonna translate over to that, so go down there and have a good time, and yeah, the season's almost over.